My dad, Marie, my mother, myself, when I was a year and a half, and Katie and Mary. We're going there for good.
To Europe?
To live there.
Huh.
He was supposed to take care of his dad. My mother, myself, and Marie, my sister. Here I am in the first grade in Our Lady of Perpetual Help School. The neighborhood May party that they had every year, and it's me and my sister Marie. This is a Marie home from Lyle High School for the summer. This is my brother Lou in Central Park. This is Marie, my girlfriend, and myself in the Czech costumes on the roof. Mother and myself on our rooftop. This is at the bungalow. It's me, Josie in the center, and Lily and myself when I was about 15 or 16. This is on the raft in the bungalow. This is the staircase leading to the water at Throgs Neck Bungalow. It's taken in Bar Harbor, Maine. My Uncle Lou, Aunt Lena, Francis, Helen, and Mary. This is on our rooftop when Frances made her confirmation and I was her godmother. This is in Bar Harbor. Helen, myself, and Francis and Mary. This is another picture in Bar Harbor. This is in Bar Harbor. My uncle was a private chauffeur for Mrs. Talmadge, a wealthy woman. He drove a Packard, and in the summer she had a smaller car every year. We were hiking here, and this is Josephine. This is a group of choir singers from Our Lady of Perpetual Help Church. I was about 20 years old. This is the same group of choir singers. This is my sister, about 25, a short time after she was married. Most of these pictures were taken on the roof of our apartment on 65th Street with my dollar box camera. This is Marie, who worked for a wholesale manufacturer, and she bought all her clothes wholesale, and so did I. This is Marie when she got married. She was about 26. And she married Tony, and they worked together, and their desks were right next to each other. The desks were together side by side. Most of the fellows crashed the wedding party. They were from OLPH Church. This is Lily to the left, Marie, the bride, me, Mary Krenchik, and a friend, and Tony's mother. Oh, this is where I was vacationing in Manhasset with Mary Krenchik and her brothers. That's me. This is my mother and myself. My mom was born in 1892. I was mowing the lawn. This is where I was at Mary Krenchik's brother's place. This is when I was vacationing with Mary Krenchik. She was boy crazy, and her mother always said when she's with me, she's safe. She doesn't have to worry about her. This is also at Mary Krenchik's brother place. This is Lily on my shoulders at their summer place, who I correspond with. She now lives in Maui, Hawaii. This is me and Lily at her summer place. This is Lily and myself at the summer place in Putnam County, New York. Me and Lily's sister Mary. Louie and Lily, the fellow she married. Their last name is Jangle. Ann Gona, me, and Mary Hrashka in an amusement park. Me and my boss, James Brophy, on 40th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. He was in the industrial vacuum cleaner business that he took over from the American Radiator Company. I ran the office for 7 years. I did steno, bookkeeping, buying, billing, and bank statements, and everything that goes with an office. Me, Mary Krenchik, Ann Gona, and Mary Hrashka. This is at Frank Krenchik's place. He played all these instruments, but we didn't, and he also belonged to a band. This is on the roof, on my rooftop. Ann Gona, Mary Krenchik, and me. At the bungalow, Josie Mestianic and me. This is at the bungalow, and I'm on the bottom, and those are all my friends. My mother and Lou, my brother, at my sister Marie's wedding, and Lou gave my sister away. Lou was 14 years old. This is the head table at Marie's wedding reception. Katie, me, Lou, my brother, my father, and my sister Marie. My parents were John and Julia Janosik. My cousin Frances, my Uncle Lou's daughter. My cousin Frances, who was teaching in France, and she died 2 months later in the shower. She was only 25 when she died. My mother on the rooftop. This is Father Mateo, our singing instructor. He was a lawyer and composer, and he was the head of all the societies in the OLPH church. Everybody loved him. Me, Lily, Jangle, Father Mateo, Margaret Elcar, and Mary Hrashka. The altar boys, the women loved to listen to his stories. He was a storyteller. And the altar boy would ring the bell, gong, that he should stop, time is up. And he wouldn't do it. He'd just keep going on. Taken on the rooftop when Marie and my sister and I were in the play. That's Mom in the middle. Oh, on the rooftop we sun ourselves and we take pictures because of the beautiful tree that we have going way over the house. Me and Josie. This was a gymnastic society, and we had shows every year. We're a gymnastic club called the Suckles. My boyfriend Lutz took this picture before we were married. This is Ludwig William Speitel in basic training. This is in Harrison, New York, where Ludwig was stationed, and I was expecting Thomas. This is on the porch of 3847 Bailey Avenue after we were married. Oh, I married my lover October 29, 1944 at Old PH Church. He was a great person and a wonderful son and lover. This is when I was 8 months pregnant with my son Tom. Here he is, a beautiful child. All the girls admired Tom. At my mother's apartment, me, Uncle George, Tom, Aunt Lena, and Aunt Frida. And Lutz. Grandma Speitel with her first grandchild, Tom. Tom with his dad. This is in Central Park. On Waldorf Avenue, Uncle George's place. Me, Aunt Frida, Aunt Lena, Uncle George, and Tom. In Central Park, me, Lutz, Tom, my mother, my brother, Lou, Tony, Marie, my sister, and Joan, their daughter. This is at Marie and Tony's first birthday of Tom's. Bobby, Marie, me, the birthday boy, Tom, Joan, and my mother. Tom and Bobby. Tom and his father, Lutz, doing magic. He belonged to the Magicians Club. Guido in the center. Ludwig's first cousin is a chef. And these are his children, Rosie and Guido Jr. This is in Aspen, Colorado. Guido, Rosemary, and Guido's dog visiting from Aspen, Colorado. In Stuyvesant Town, Louise, Tom, Richard, and Rosemary. Me, Ann Gona, and Mary Rashka. They were my bridesmaids. That's me. My sister Marie, Tony, Joan, and Bobby. Tom, my son, before he got a haircut. Rosemary and me. Tom on the monkey bars in Stuyvesant Town. Louise, me, and Richard. Lutz and Rose before they were married. Joan and Charlie Bowles' marriage. Their daughters, Laura and Denise. Richard's confirmation. Louise after her graduation. Bobby and Tom's confirmation. Rosemary in Hawaii. Me, Richard's first communion, and his dad, Lutz. And Louise too with the Richard. Christmas around the train board with the kids. Louise relaxing. Richard at Christmas. Ludwig. Louise and Tom at the train board. Rosemary and Tom. Grandma Speitel, Elaine, me, Kari, Tom, Rosemary, and Louise. Grandma Speitel is Kari's aunt. Richard and Louise. Louise with Grandma Speitel. Louise and Richard. Louise and Tom. Rosemary. Louise. My brother Lou and Marie. Louise's christening. Mother's apartment with Joan, Bobby, Tom, and Rosemary. Louise in the baby carriage with Tom, me, and Rosemary. Rosemary holding her roller skates. Marley, me, Grandma Speitel, Tom, Louise, Rosemary, Guido, and his dog. Rosemary. Tom, after his confirmation, Sean Miller, Steve Crespo, O'Rourke Girl, Alexander Otaga, Louise, Rosemary. Joan Winoski's graduation from St. Jean's High School. Rosemary was christened, and Lou was there, and my sister Marie. Richard and the doll he received for Christmas. Bobby, Tom, and Joan. Tom in Central Park wading pool. Tom, his first birthday at Aunt Marie's. Louise's birth information. Rita's graduation from nursing school. This is before she was married to Tom. Rosie and Guido Jr. Meyer. Me on a hill in Central Park. This is William Speitel, Ludwig's father. He was a great artist. He made jewelry, plaques, and he did some work at the St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. Richard.